Hi, my name is Senit, and this is my site inspection done on the unreinforced brick masonry building located at 203 Hobson Street, Auckland. The inspection was done on 14th August 2025. The building is located adjacent to the Hobson Street, and when observing the road, there is a slight inclination towards upward direction, and on right hand side of the subjected building there is a car parking area, and on the left hand side of the building there is a road called Nicholas Street. So there is no any geological falling hazards like rock falls, or else there is no potential hazard from landslides. when working when walking along the perimeter of the building, it was observed that on front side, left hand side, and on rear side of the building there are roads present. When moving along the rear side of the building, there was access to the parking space. This area is covered with gravel. To check the condition of the soil, I used my car key. The soil underneath the gravel is well compacted and hard soil was observed. Therefore, there is no signs of potential liquefaction or lateral spreading. Upon close inspection, the soil can be classified to be Class C. Building is a two-story brick building and the front facade is plastered, and upon close inspection the thickness of the plaster is around 10 millimeters, and most of the architectural features can be seen on the front facade, and there is a parapet wall on all sides of the building. Currently this building is being used as a spice supermarket. As there is no building attached to the subjected building, there is no any building collapsing hazards to the subjected building, but due to the towering heights of the buildings located on either sides of the URM building, there is a potential hazard of debris falling to the building. When looking at the side of the building from Nicholas Street, the lower part of the wall is plastered and painted, and there are plenty of air vents visible on the side wall, and the lintel details of the windows are not visible. From the side of the building, there are no visible diaphragm connection detail can be observed, and the reason for this can be the architectural features might cover those connection details. When moving to the rear side of the building, there is a car parking area. According to the original design, in this area, there was an industrial chimney stack which has been demolished lately. On the rear side of the building, and a steel external balcony has been added, and apart from that, there are no much details to explain on the rear side. This is the car park on the other side of the subjected building. On this side also, there is no much details to describe. Here the side wall is painted, therefore the brick condition cannot be assessed from this side. This is the brick condition of the subjected building. Here there is alternative cause of stretchers and headers present. Therefore the brick pattern is the English bond. The bricks have a red mixed orange color. When closely inspecting the wall, it can be observed that there is repointing done in the past. As you can see, the bricks have been deteriorated over the time, and in some areas there is no mortar present. When scratch test was performed on mortar and the bricks, no signs showed that the mortar is flaking off, and it is observed that the brick condition also in good condition. When the wall thickness was measured, it's around 480 millimeters, and with the nature of the brick arrangement, it can be assumed that this is a solid wall. And this is a close up of the section of the brick wall. As I didn't have access to the roof from side of the building, I checked the roof structure, and according to the original drawings, there were brick chimneys on the roof, but this has been demolished lately. This building has a heat roof, and currently the AC outdoor units are fixed on the roof structure. As there is no roof access, in order to see the plan view of the roof, I took this photo from Google, and according to this aerial view of the building, there is no visible evidence that the parapet walls around the roof has any bracing support, and from the aerial view, the roof roof structure is clearly visible. In this URM building located at Hobson Street, there is no access to the upper floor. Therefore, I inspected a timber floor on another URM building which was constructed in the same period. This timber floor is well bonded together as the timber is painted with black floor paint. It's hard to identify any defects, but upon close inspection, it was observed that there is no water damage or timber rotting, and there was no insect damages. And upon close inspection, it can be observed that the timber floor has gone through a lot of wear and tear. However, it can be considered that the timber on the diaphragm is in good condition. In this diagram, I want to show that the joists typically span along the short dimension of the building. Therefore, the joists are parallel to the frontage of the building, and on top of the joists, the floorboards are nailed perpendicular to joists. Another thing I want to mention is, as there are no visible diaphragm connections from outside of the building, I assume the diaphragm is seated or pocketed to the inner wall of the building. During the site inspection, another thing I observed was the council notice attached on the front facade. According to the notice, this building has been determined as an earthquake prone building, and the owner needs to carry out the required rectification work for the building before 2056. And if not, the owner needs to apply for an exemption from the requirement to carry out seismic work to the Auckland Council. And this is a close up image of the council notice. This is the inside view of the building. Currently, this building is used as a spice supermarket. When compared with the original drawings, where initially the building was used as an commercial laundry factory, the present condition and the appearance is lot more different to the original plans, which means there has been several modifications and rectifications done inside this building. There are columns inside the building, and it seems like these columns are timber. From inside the wall condition cannot be checked as the walls are plastered. So this concludes my site inspection of the URM building located at 203 Hobson Street, Auckland. Thanks for watching.